So yesterday, Bitconnect stopped trading. It crashed. It collapsed. Any way you want to say it, it was just an awful day for people that was involved with Bitconnect. But it also sent shockwaves through the crypto world, and everyone was affected yesterday. So this particular situation with Bitconnect is exactly why I started this channel. I've seen people lose lots of money over the years. I've seen people take huge losses in the .com bubble. Particularly had some really good friends take a lot of losses, and some relatives, family members in the housing crash, and they were at points in times in their life where they could not recover. And I knew a few little tricks, and I always vowed to try to teach people how to at least be on the right side of the market. They may not get filthy rich, but they could steadily grow their income, steadily grow their wealth, and stay safe. To me, if you're not losing big massive amounts of money, you're way ahead of the game. So yesterday I read several articles on Reddit, and people were just really bummed out. I saw some talk about suicide and all kind of stuff like that. Guys, it's money. There'll be more money tomorrow. It's horrible. I've lost money in my life. It's got to be one of the worst feelings in the world, but tomorrow's another day. Also, I just finished watching a video by a guy, Ryan Helbreth on YouTube, and he said he lost $125,000 yesterday between Bitconnect and his losses in the devaluation of Bitcoin, about $125,000. And I really feel bad for this guy. I watched this whole video, and it looks like he had probably been promoting Bitconnect for some time. I don't really understand this. When I first started this channel here, I've only been on YouTube about 3 weeks now. 2 weeks maybe. When I first started this channel, I looked at different things to incorporate into my channel, and the thing I kept running into was Bitconnect, and I looked at it. They had a pretty good affiliate offer, and if I could have directed you guys to Bitconnect, I could have made a pretty good commission like all these other guys that were sending you to Bitconnect. But I kept looking at it to see if I was missing anything, and to me it was a 100% Ponzi scheme. No way around it. That's all it was. And I think, unless there's something out there I don't know about, but I think all the lending platforms are pretty much the same way. I would highly recommend staying away from those things, unless there's some out there and their business model is structured in a different way, but I've yet to see them. Now, this Ryan Helbreth guy, one thing I did like about his video is he was using his platform to warn people. He was using his platform, and he was fairly emotional. You could tell he was manning up and holding back a lot, but he was using his platform to let you guys know the seriousness of investing in this crypto world. You can be devastated, and again, that's why I started this channel, was to try to teach you guys some things. So one thing he said that I thought was kind of crazy is he had about 70% of his investment in Bitconnect, and guys, I don't care what it is, you gotta diversify more than that. He also talks about how he let his ego guide his trading decisions, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. All right, so there's four key points I want to go over concerning this big loss. Actually, I was going to do another tutorial today on some of the candlesticks, but I wanted to hold off and have this little talk about what we needed to be doing here. So if you've gone back and watched any of my videos, we talked about how the market was going to collapse right here, how it started falling in here, not with 100% certainty, but with a given amount of certainty, given all we have to work with is candlesticks and moving averages on GDAX. There's some other things I like to use, and as we continue making these videos, I'm going to show them to you. But for the last week and a half, we've talked about how you should have exited Bitcoin right along in here, and from this point all the way down to this point in several videos, we basically talked about how there was no indicator. We did not necessarily know if Bitcoin was going to go back up or was it going to go down. Now, a few days ago, when we saw this particular situation right here with the moving averages and this candle, I said it looks like Bitcoin is about to take a downward swing. How far it was going to go, I don't know, and I don't know that it's over with yet. But if you were paying attention and just watching some of these simple things I've been teaching in my videos over the last couple of weeks, you would see it too, and you would know that, hey, Bitcoin was about to fall out to some degree. And it's still not out of the woods yet. Maybe it's going to turn around soon, but it's not out of the woods. There's no clear signal at this point in time. So the other thing I like to mention is, I mentioned in one of my other videos, is if you watch these charts tell you the story. I didn't know why Bitcoin was getting ready to go down. I had not even considered Bitconnect in several weeks since I researched it. I saw it go down. I saw it bottom out here yesterday at about $9,024 for Bitcoin. And I had to actually go back and do some research to figure out even what happened. That's why I went to Reddit and started going to news sources to figure out what had happened, because I really don't care about the hype. I really don't care about the news. All I care about is these charts. So these charts will tell you the story. You cannot possibly stay ahead of the news. You can't keep up with everything that's going on this planet and all the different places that Bitcoin is traded, which is virtually all over the planet. You don't know, but you can learn to read these charts, and it's not that complicated, and they will keep you out of trouble. So let me switch to a little typing tool here. There's a couple of things I want to lay out here for you. All right, so to keep yourself safe, there's a couple of things you got to do. Number one, you got to learn to trade. All right, so that's just kind of what I just showed you. We just kind of went over that. Learn to trade, and you'll be able to see some of these things before they happen. You'll be able to stay safe and so forth. That's kind of what my channel is devoted to. Number two, must develop self-discipline. I think I spelled right. Guys, you cannot lack self-discipline all day long, and then when you sit down to the computer to get into your world of Bitcoin and the world of crypto and be able to have discipline when it comes to trading. Self-discipline is something you have to work on in every aspect of your life. I've mentioned in one of my prior videos that I fast. I do long-term fasting, where I might not eat pork for an entire year. I may not eat wheat for an entire year. There's possibly potentially some health benefits of that. I don't even know if I've ever gained any benefits from it, but the thing I have gained is self-discipline. That carries forward in my trading, it carries forward in my marriage, it carries forward in everything I do. So you got to figure out some way to develop self-discipline. If you get in the world of trading, I don't care if it's crypto, I don't care if it's pork bellies, which you don't trade pork bellies anymore, but I don't care what it is, you have to have self-discipline. You will not succeed without it. In just a few minutes, I'm about to go out for a run. I'm going to run 4 miles tonight. Never have I set out to run something that I don't complete it. I've been working for 13 hours today, and I'm going to complete my run because I have that kind of self-discipline. I could get out here and say, well, I'm tired and I don't want to do it, and just go a mile or 2 miles, but I know before I step out on my jogging trail that I'm about to do 4 miles. That's self-discipline. You have to practice it, and it will carry forward into your trading. Focus on it in trading, but you can't not have self-discipline and then all of a sudden get in trading. You have to develop it. 3, crypto is an investment. All right, so you must learn and understand that crypto is just simply an investment. It's like investing in Facebook. It's like investing in Coca-Cola. It's an investment. There's a bunch of ideologues out there, idealists who want some kind of world where crypto is the only currency in the world, and it'll be disassociated with national currencies like the U.S. dollars. It'll be decentralized and all of this stuff. And I've read all that, and I like fairy tales and fantasies too. I like envisioning a perfect world and things like that. But let me tell you this, that's never ever going to happen. The U.S. military has 750 military bases in about 131 countries, and they can kill just about anybody they need to kill in about 45 minutes. That's what backs the U.S. currency. That's what backs our Federal Reserve notes, is that kind of military. Not only that, you have the trust of everybody, 350, 360 million people in the United States. I'm pretty sure the 350, 360 million people who depend on U.S. dollars and also our military are not going to allow or just sidestep and let a digital currency take the place of Federal Reserve notes, and neither should they. World peace would be totally disrupted. You'd be probably talking about World War III, which would most likely be the last war this planet ever sees. So I'm not a big fan of crypto totally replacing and having that pie in the sky thing. So when you look at it like that, you have to go back and say crypto is an investment. So what are you investing in? With Amazon, you're investing in everything that Amazon does as far as the technology and the products they offer. Facebook, you're investing in that whole platform of Facebook. So with crypto, it's not necessarily Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin. What you're investing in is blockchain technology and how we're going to end up using blockchain technology in our society. Now, I personally think blockchain technology is very amazing, and it's something we most likely will use in our society, but it's not going to be disassociated with governments. It's certainly not going to be disassociated with the US government. So you have to accept that and realize that it's an investment. So what mechanism is blockchain technology going to ride? Is it going to be Bitcoin? Is it going to be Ethereum? Is it going to be Presscoin? I don't know which one it's going to be, but whichever one that does rise up, or however blockchain technology develops, it may be something that's not even been developed yet. You will make tons of money, unbelievable amounts of money. It'd be like investing in Amazon 20 years ago, or Apple 20 years ago. This potential is in this blockchain technology, and it will most likely happen, but the only way you're going to stay safe is to learn to trade and be aware and figuring out which ones are doing good. If you're trading and you're watching this kind of stuff over here, you're going to be repelled by the things that aren't doing good, and you're going to be attracted to the things that are doing good. So you will naturally, by learning to trade, align yourself with the right technology as this thing emerges. So the fourth thing that you need to do is develop your risk tolerance. Alright, so in one of my previous videos I explained to you guys how I'm at 85% long-term investments, 10% trading, and looking at 5% crypto, just because I think this is growth market. And with that 5%, I have a 3% risk tolerance in that 5%. So basically what this is saying, if I have $200,000 to invest, I will only be putting 5% of that into crypto, which would be $10,000. Of that $10,000, I'm willing to risk 3%. 3% of 10,000 would be 300 bucks. So out of $200,000, I'll be willing to risk $300. That will keep you safe. It will keep your toe in the water as this thing grows, and you will see which way you need to go. The days of what we had in December of 2017, those days are done. Now you're getting into a different world where you're going to have things happening like what happened this week. There's going to be more growth, but then it's going to get slammed down again. Typically, you're going to have a 50% retracement, which means about 50% of your earnings are going to be lost when you have strong upruns, about 50% drawdown. Can you stomach a 50% drawdown? Do you know it's not going to go to 100%? So there's a lot that you can do, and some of these things are going to go up, and they will be 100% loss when others are going to survive and move forward. So, and number 5, you must recognize that we are in an infant stage here, and there will be birth pains. This blockchain technology is like we're just giving birth, and when there's birth, there's going to be birthing pains, and what you're experiencing yesterday is birthing pains. I do believe that blockchain technology will grow up into a responsible financial adult at some point in time in the future, but it's just like raising an infant and a child and a teenager. There's going to be a lot of pain and a certain amount of suffering. One day when you get this thing raised up, it can be something you're really proud of, and what that means for you as a trader is you can make an absolute fortune. This is potentially the opportunity to go back and have the Amazon purchased 20-25 years ago and make a killing on it. You can do that potentially with this blockchain technology, but you have to know that you have to go through these birth pains. So please guys, learn to trade a little bit. Watch my videos. If you don't like my videos or my southern tone or my southern drawl, watch somebody's videos and figure out how to trade a little bit. You can't possibly keep up with the news. You can't guess. You can't trade with ego. You can only survive by learning some technical analysis. So I'm putting together a PDF of my complete trading system. It has taken me over 2 decades to develop this system. So you'll want to keep checking in with this channel to make sure that you can snatch up this PDF just as soon as it becomes available. I will also keep making new videos each day. So like and subscribe. Be sure to ding that bell so that you can get notified when I come out with a new video. In trading, you must train yourself to be like the lion. Most people do business and trade like a scared gazelle. Train yourself to be like the lion. Dominate your domain. Analyze, educate, and when it's time to take care of business, you take care of business. Remember, if you don't kill it, your family doesn't eat. This is Blake Storm, SniperInvestor.com.